Welcome to Social Work Sunday Tea. It is a great day to be alive and well. It is December 5th, 2021. Listen, make sure you like, subscribe, share, let cousin them know we are live. We are live. We have a special guest here. If you'd like to introduce yourself, she's not new, but she's new. If you'd like to introduce yourself, it's greatly appreciated.
Hey everybody, I'm Litza Cristina Boden. I am the founder of Shining Lights Counseling. That's my private practice. I'm originally from the Republic of Panama. I'm a licensed professional counselor, supervisor, public speaker, and life coach. So yes, it's a little bit about me. I'm glad to be on here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like seriously, you were on the podcast for Mama's Boys, and
yes.
You, Damon and Miss Chapman. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope, man. Good information for the people, about the people. Yeah,
a good time.
They was going in today. We're talking about mental health during the holiday season.
Yes.
I think that's so important because like people are going through, okay, we got COVID still going on. You got, as far as like financial, it's just so many elements to this mental health thing as far as like during the holidays.
Definitely.
Like I want to know why is it, like your perspective on mental health during the holidays?
Well, just the holidays are just stressful. So I think we need to make sure and amp up what we normally do.
Yeah.
Because I think we even forget about our mental health during the holidays because we're so focused on, okay, I need to prepare for family coming. I need to get gifts. I need to do this, that, the other. And we forget about our mental health piece and we forget about taking care of ourselves. And that's why it's so important that we do take care of ourselves because a lot of things come up during the holiday time. I think, I think the American Psychology Association said that 38% of people feel more stress during the holiday time. Yeah. And again, it's because of all the things that are coming up, some people feel lonely. Some people feel overwhelmed with family coming over, the financial piece. And then the add-on, like you said, the COVID piece that I think a lot of people are like, oh, we're over it. No, it's still going on.
yeah, definitely. We're still in it to win it. Yes. Yeah, it's a too many dynamics. So I would ask, why is it important to take care of your mental health during the holidays?
Well, especially during the holidays, it's just important because, again, that added on stress and dealing with family and sometimes grief, like you miss people that were in your life. And also because the season changing, it gets darker and a lot of people do get depressed. They get holiday blues is a real thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think it's real, but it's a real thing. And you get so overwhelmed just by thinking about all the things you got to do.
Yeah, definitely. And then like like I like how you said about grief and depression, right? Um and it's seasonal. We talked about, well, I was talking about seasonal depression, because of daylight saving time,
Yeah.
because it gets darker quicker. Just a lot going on. Could we talk
Mhm.
about the grief and
Yeah.
depression? I know that I know a lot of people when the holidays come around, it is terrible. A
Yeah.
lot of shutting down, a lot of isolating themselves from people because loved ones are gone. They're gone,
Yeah.
going on, and you know they may have shared those type of those this holiday season, any type of holiday season with them, and then them not being there, being here in the physical, it does something. I know for me, holidays it's a big thing, but now it's like, okay, like, but I know, like, when my grandmother, my grandparents, I have on my dad's side, my grandmother and my grandfather, they're still alive, thank God.
Yeah.
But on my mother's side, my grandfather, and my grandmother, and then my aunt, they're passed away, and it just don't feel the same.
It makes a difference.
It makes a big, big difference, especially they're the nucleus of the family too. And
Exactly. Yeah.
I think more so it's just like, man, I miss them. Like, I miss my grandma used to make big meat rice, right? It used to be fire, and I miss that. I miss
Yeah.
that. I miss
Yeah.
that coming together. Like, and we lived in a two flat building, and so everybody was there. Like, uncle downstairs,
Everybody will come
basement.
over.
It's just the good times, I would say. And we
Yeah.
all commune together, and we eating, we talking about politics, we talking about heaven, we talking about religion, we talk about everything. And so, like, that missing dynamic is gone. So how can we help people that are dealing with because I still go through that, I'm like,
Yeah. But that's the
like,
thing with grief, right? It's
yeah,
ups and downs. It's never,
yeah,
you never get rid of grief. That's the thing. People think, people always say, through time, I'll get over this grief. It's not even through time
yeah,
you get over the grief. Is through time you get to deal with it better. I
yeah,
feel.
yeah,
So some suggestions I do have for people is to be okay talking about it,
yeah,
because a lot of people feel like, oh, it's the holidays. If I talk about this loved one that I miss, I'm
yeah,
going to mess up the vibe. And honestly, if you hold it in, it's going to make it harder for you. So I
yeah,
definitely suggest to talk about it. Allow yourself to feel whatever those feelings are.
yeah,
Sometimes you might feel anger. Sometimes you might feel resentment.
yeah,
Other times
yeah,
you just miss the person and just sad.
yeah,
It's okay to have those feelings,
yeah, definitely.
right? And to definitely create boundaries with your time. So if you're feeling really bad that day and you don't want to go to whatever festivities, it's
Yeah,
okay to say, you know what, this is too much for me, and I need some alone time, or I need some
yeah,
time with other people that are gonna help me through this period.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I think we feel like we need to force ourselves to go to these events, and we
yeah,
don't have to.
yeah, just to try to get over that hump. Like, okay, I win, just to appease other people. But if I'm in a funk, it's like, oh, all right, you kind of like press your way, right?
Yeah,
But I think when you said pressing those, like creating those boundaries, those safe spaces, like, okay, no, like that's I'm not gonna be able to do it, and be honest about it.
yeah. We have to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely we do. Like, man, because that grief takeover, like you said, grief during the holiday season. I mean, like, grieving period is no time
Hmm.
limit. My aunt, she I remember her saying, she was like, I'm still grieving over my father, right? And my granddad been gone a long time, and then
Yeah.
my aunt, she passed away, and it's just like, man, like those voids. How do we fill those voids? As far as missing those loved ones. And I know talking about it and being sometimes, getting to yourself, but
Mhm.
it's like that. Damn, that's how I feel. Like, damn,
No, I
like,
get it. I get it. But
okay,
I'll say
yeah,
find ways to honor that person,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
If you, let's say, like for example, my grandmother, she'll always make this certain type of cake for the
Yeah.
holidays. We're Panamanian. We make this. It's called black cake for
Okay.
in the culture. It's called
Okay.
black cake, and so we make that as a family now. We do that together as a way of honoring her,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
we'll do different things to honor the loved ones that passed away, or just different things that they like to do. We'll do them now in honor of them. So maybe do something in memory of that loved one. Create new traditions,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so that that way you could honor that person in a different way. You don't
Yeah.
have to do the same things they did either. If
Yeah.
that's too much for you, create new traditions with your family so that you could honor the memory of that person, because that the memory of that person is never going to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
honoring them is such an important thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So to everybody that's, grieving, and, let's come up with different ways and different strategies on how we can, like you said, honor our loved ones, even interacting with family members, because sometimes family members, they, you know, when people pass away, I'm gonna be honest, people move differently. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They
yeah,
react differently. I was gonna put up a post on Facebook because I was just thinking about that. Like when people pass away, the nucleus to, the family, when they pass away, is like, you yearn for those old people back, like how
yeah,
they used to be. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I I extend grace, and I can understand,
exactly. You have to.
yeah, because everybody got their own, way of coping and dealing with things and stuff like that. And people change and everybody evolved and elevate and things like that. But it's like when you're so used to um that arena, it's just like, oh
Yeah, and you
man.
can't expect people to grieve the same way as you.
Yeah, yeah,
And also, after somebody passes away that's really close to them,
yeah,
you can't expect them to act the same.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, things shift, especially if it's your partner, your relationship partner,
yeah,
your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend, something like that.
yeah,
Um, it's gonna shift.
yeah,
Certain things that you normally do are not going to be the same,
right.
and you have to extend people grace.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I'm definitely doing that. And I encourage everybody else to extend grace.
yeah,
People, they won't act the same, won't be the same anymore.
it's hard.
Just different situations. And even during the holiday season, everybody's happy, joyful, and but on the inside, they can be like,
But that's an expectation, right?
yeah,
Oh, we
yeah,
have to be happy during
yeah,
this time. No, that's not realistic. And we have to set realistic expectations for ourselves.
yeah,
We cannot expect ourselves or others to be happy during this time. And
yeah,
if you're having a bad time and you don't want to supposedly mess up the vibe, then again, it's okay to be by yourself or go hang out with your family and just be around them, because sometimes isolation can be a little too much, right? If
yeah,
you isolate yourself way too much to the point that it's like days and days by yourself, that's
yeah,
unhealthy.
yeah,
So find that balance between, okay, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with my family. Let's
yeah,
say I'm gonna give myself 2 hours, hang out, eat dinner, okay, and then I'm out. Okay, I
yeah.
passed that threshold of what I can handle.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. How do we avoid holiday stress? How do we avoid that? It's hard.
Yeah,
But how
yeah,
do we do
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Well, some things is it's okay to decline extended family invitations.
Mhm.
Again, we feel like we're supposed to do X, Y, and Z. No,
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't feel like going to this gathering or this dinner or whatever, excuse yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Say, I can't
Yeah.
make it. And you don't have to give an explanation of why.
Yeah.
Create your own family traditions. That's another important thing, right? Like I
Yeah.
said before. So you don't have to do what mommy and daddy did,
Right.
or grandpa and grandpa did. And if you want to create a new tradition for your family or for your kids,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, because certain things can bring up like old trauma,
Yeah.
and you don't want that for the holidays. You don't want to even inflict that on your kids or whoever you're with.
Yeah.
So that's another, good thing to do. Spend time with your own, what you consider family, right? So it
Yeah.
could be friends,
Yeah.
whoever your partner is, or you're in a relationship with, cousins, extended family. You don't have to spend the holidays with like whoever you usually spend the
Right.
holidays with, because again, sometimes family can be the hardest people to be around,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
they could cause the most stress and
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
So it's
Definitely.
okay
Yeah.
to be like, you know what, this Christmas I want to spend it with my friends. That's my family this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Because
know?
you know what? And I heard this before. Like some family members, they be in competition with each other,
Yeah.
especially with like gifts. And oh, you got my daughter this, and you gonna give my daughter this cheap stuff, and you gonna give my son this. It's a lot of competition, a lot of rivalries between the
Mm-hmm.
family, and it becomes toxic. Or
Very.
people flexing, trying to go one up on you. So it's like, how do people? No, and this is real, and I
It's
think a lot of
real.
people
Yeah.
they don't want to talk about that, but it's a lot of family members. I don't mess with her because she thinks she's better than it's a lot of
So,
yeah, and it plays on your mental health. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
like,
it really
why
does.
and then you find yourself like, oh, I'm not gonna be in competition, but then you find yourself doing stuff that's out of the norm that you wouldn't normally do just to be
Or
able to
go
like,
broke.
oh, she got this. Oh, okay, well,
So many
my
people
daughter,
go broke
yes,
during the holidays. Try
yes,
to do that.
yes, literally go broke. So it's like, what do you do when that happens? When you see that, how do we break that? Because it's a cycle. Because I hear it in a lot of families. Like, I know I'm not going to Toto, and that's just with me and my sisters. Like, hey, I ain't got it. Like, I ain't gonna,
I ain't got it.
stunt.
I ain't got it.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see my bills. Like, I'm trying to move back with my mama now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But how can we help people along the way? I know we talked about the grief, helping them with grief. How do we help out with the rivalry? Because like I said, it plays on our mental health during the
Yeah.
holiday season.
I'll even say, if you feel that, let's say the expectation is everybody has to give gifts, and it has to be very expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe again, set a new tradition. We're gonna do Secret Santa, or we're gonna do White Elephant, right?
Yeah.
To switch it up so that you only have to buy one expensive gift.
Yeah.
Then and set a limit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, instead of everybody buying gifts for everybody in the family, and especially when you have a big family, let's
Yeah.
pull
Yeah.
names,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And whoever name I pull, this is the limit.
Yeah.
That way, again, switching things up. That doesn't mean just because the family's so used to everybody buying gifts, or just being honest, I
Yeah.
ain't got it,
Yeah.
and being okay with that, standing in your truth, because the more you stand in your truth, the easier you're gonna be able to set those boundaries with family members, because that's where the pressure coming from, and that's where you feel like you have that need, and really question that need also.
Yeah.
Why am I feeling this pressure? Because again, it goes back to you, right?
Yeah.
To your personal self. Like, why do I feel the need to have this competition with family to make it with this family?
Listen.
Like, you already know that these certain people in your family that are gonna try to one up you. You already know there's certain people that are gonna be cheap and not spend any money at all, and not buy anything. So if you already know this, why are you getting upset about it? Set the expectation around that. Be realistic with yourself.
Yeah. I'm like, I ain't get it. That's why I'll put it out there like, wait.
But we already know these people in our family, right?
Yeah.
We all have the one cousin that's never gonna bring gifts, but takes a lot of stuff home with them, right? We already have that one auntie that's gonna be complaining the whole time. We
Yeah.
all have that. We
Yeah.
all have that in our families.
Yeah, we always.
It's common. So why are
Man.
you going into it already pissed off? You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
the perspective how you look at it. Because the only
Absolutely.
person you can control is yourself, right?
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
have kids, your kids.
Yeah.
Besides that, you can't control anybody else.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I was trying to get NAMI, 64% of people with mental illnesses report holidays make their conditions worse.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. It's just too much. Your anxiety level, the stress, family, they even have that on here. Family gatherings,
yeah,
you know, because everybody got their own, struggle and day-to-day thing. And then they bring in, and we all are energy, a spirit with energy. And so when you pick, you have, a mixture of a melting pot of people,
yeah.
it's just like, whoo, this can
It
be,
becomes overwhelming.
it can be like, I just, and I didn't, I can see that. I know because I work with psych patients at a facility, and this is the most emotional, like the behaviors change. I'm talking
Yeah,
about like, a lot of the people that are in my population of people, they don't have family members. They don't have
hmm
anybody. Like I'm the only
nobody comes to
person,
see them. Yeah,
right? Nobody comes to see them. Nobody calls them. Nobody's give cards. So it's like, the people that we do have, like we have family members, we have these people that we have, and they don't really appreciate. I hate to say it like that, but they really don't
yeah,
appreciate, especially when you don't have, when it's been stripped away or
exactly.
taken away. So yeah, it's just it's
But
heartbreaking. And the
that's why
behavior,
you have to set realistic expectations for the
yeah,
holiday season,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And if you already know your family is a certain way,
yeah,
don't expect anything different from them.
yeah,
You know, it's not even being negative about it, it's just being
yeah,
real about the expectation. Like if you know your family doesn't give gifts or doesn't really celebrate
yeah,
the holidays the way you want them to, and you brought it up and you tried to celebrate it differently and they don't want to,
yeah,
okay, time to set realistic expectations for myself
yeah,
and for them. And you know what? Maybe I need to celebrate it with my friends or somebody else
yeah.
that
And
will
it's
do it the
okay,
way
and I'm
I
okay
do it.
with that too.
And
And
that's
you know
okay.
what? Even with the 40% of the U.S. adults face a mental health during the holiday season, where because of COVID, things like that. They saying that 40% of adults facing mental health and substance abuse
Yeah.
challenges.
Oh,
You know,
substance abuse goes up to the extreme during the
yeah,
holidays.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not already we're already partying, right? We're already drinking and trying to celebrate, but
yeah,
then we add on even more
yeah,
drugs and alcohol because we don't want to deal with those feelings.
yeah.
That's
Ooh,
and actually sitting in them or talking to a professional about it. We don't want to deal with it,
nope.
and we just ignore it like, oh, I'm just in a bad mood today. No, it's
Mhm.
been days that you've been feeling this way. It's
Yeah,
time to address it.
yeah. But a lot of people, I mean, that's what people with drinking and substance abuse, they suppress a lot of those feelings. That's why I try to check
hmm
my mood, monitor my mood. Wait, like, hold on, wait a minute. And I
Yeah,
think in this holiday season, we need to monitor our mood and how we interact, and something that triggers you, like and remove yourself, and it's okay.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
and like you said before, don't explain yourself once you took that decision, you make that choice to remove yourself from the situation or anything that triggers you. But
Right.
yeah, and I always say ask for help. Like if I
Definitely.
need it, ooh, like, and it's hard for me, and I'm speaking my truth. Like I don't like asking for help.
It's hard for
I
me too.
don't, because like I just don't try to put that expectation on people. Like and I know it's okay to ask for help, but me, I'll be like, nah, let me figure it out before I ask help for
Yeah,
help. And I
yeah,
think as far as with your mental health, I think you need to ask for help because you can be triggering and don't even know it. You be slamming stuff and, you know, cussing people out and you don't even know why.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
know why you're doing it. And it just, just certain things or, like we say, seasonal depression. Um, um, yeah, I just think that it's okay to reach out. And I'm speaking to myself. It's okay
Me
to reach
too.
out.
No, I
Yeah.
agree with you. It's hard for
Yeah.
me to also ask for help,
Yeah.
but I've realized that if I don't and I try to take on everything myself, it's just not realistic for me, you know? And I think that's another reason why a lot of people feel stressed out during the holidays because they want to take on everything, right? And then after a while, it becomes the standard, right?
Yeah.
Family's like, oh, she's the one that's going to give all the gifts, or he's the person that's going to cook all the food. All these expectations end up falling on you because you started it and you never
Yeah.
set those boundaries between like, okay,
Yeah.
this is how much I'm gonna do, and or even ask for help because people already assume, oh,
Yeah.
so it's okay, handle that. They got it, and
Yeah.
the reality of it is not true. So it's okay to ask for help. And again, if you plan ahead, there's another
Yeah.
thing that will help people during the holidays. Plan ahead, and then the things that you want to control or you want to make sure and do them. That's okay. And
Mm-hmm.
then delegate some other things for other people in your family to help you out with. That might make it a little easier and less stressful during the if because you cannot take on everything.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, got some comments. Okay. I think the white elephant gift works well. Okay.
It
Um,
does.
come on with statistics. Come on. Hi, Dr. Williams. How you doing? Yes, monitor your mood. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm getting better at putting a voice to my hurt. Yeah,
That's
that's
powerful.
good. How what does that say to you? That statement.
Well, that she's really working on herself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, that
definitely.
you're being more conscious of the things that bother you.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the first step,
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely. Definitely. I think identifying it and like, listen, this is what's
Yeah.
going on.
A lot of people
Like,
don't spend time with themselves.
ooh,
And so when bad things happen or things are keep on coming up, things keep on triggering you, and you can't figure out why because you haven't really took the time to really sit in those feelings and to really work through some of those things on your own even.
yeah.
Okay, there's no way you're gonna go to a therapist if you're not even sitting with yourself
Yeah.
and thinking about the issues that are going on because you
Yeah.
don't even know
Yeah.
what is the issue.
Yep. And through therapy, you definitely identify it. And
Yeah,
you
it
know,
helps.
it helps.
Some people don't even think there's an issue. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Some people don't think there's an issue because they never even sat down to even think about what's going on. They usually, again, try to mask it with overdoing things or
Mm.
drinking or drugs or staying busy all the time or workaholics. A lot
Yeah.
of workaholics
Mhm.
never take the time out for themselves to really think about things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's good. That's real good. Yeah. I had wrote down some notes, like 10 like some ways, not 10 ways, but I got 10 things. Kind of pretty much remembering what really matters,
yeah.
like I'm alive, I'm well, I don't, I'm just speaking from my perspective. I don't need nothing. I want stuff, but I don't really
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah.
I think thinking about really what matters, like the gifts, okay, that fade away, and people, just it's just people need to really figure out what really, really matters and really take
Exactly.
the time out to journal and think about it. And like you said, sit with yourself and figure out what really, really matters to you in that moment, in that time, in this
Practicing
space.
gratitude.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
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 You
I
know, because
believe that.
I think if we practice gratitude daily, it will really remind us of what is important in our lives. I think a lot of us do not practice gratitude, and we forget sometimes, and we start complaining about every single little thing. And I'm not saying it's bad to complain. We all have stuff to complain about, right? But I think sometimes we forget the importance, like you were saying, the important things in our lives, the things that we do have.
Yeah.
And we're so focused on, I can't buy this name brand this or this new this.
Yeah.
Even for our children, right? I can't buy my child these Jordans.
Yeah.
But they have everything else.
Them Yeezy slides. I was like, now, them $1,000. Nah, my daughter put that on her list. I was like, nah, I don't get. First of all, I just found out what it was and what it looked like.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think just being thankful. Yeah, like you said, like just like, no, I can't do that.
And that's why I think it's important for us to like even volunteer some of our time during this time of the year. You know, and also exposing the younger generation to that, right? Like taking them to every year I go to the Salvation Army and give out the gifts that the kids sign up for the angel tree. And it's eye-opening. It sets the perspective. Like these people are so happy over getting toys for their kids, and they're tearing up because they were not going to be able to give anything to their kids. Nothing at all. So, you know, it really sets it gives you a different perspective and it reminds you of what's important.
Yeah. Someone said last year I decided to stop giving to the haves and find families to be a blessing to during this season. It put me in an awesome space. Yes, definitely does. It lifts your spirits when you're doing something for somebody else. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you do. Like it gets you like, okay, yeah, let me find something else to do to give.
Or just donating your time, right?
Yeah.
Everything don't have to be financial.
Right.
And I think that's another thing, right? The gifts, we're always thinking about giving gifts, and it has to be something like physical that somebody wanted. What about donate? Okay, you know what? All of us, let's go and donate our time or a skill that we have to others, right?
Definitely.
That makes a difference.
It makes a big difference. I definitely donate time because I'm like I told my mom, it was like, what you want for Christmas? And I was like, nothing. I don't want anything. So in Chicago, I'm doing a pop-up shop, right? December 18th. And so I want to donate to a women's shelter. And like I put in like, hey, this is what I want. Just give me some bread so I can get the place. And they said, okay, you know, and that's my blessing to, you know, be a blessing. I did that last year. I'm doing that this year. So it's just it feels good. It just feel right. Just feel right to do for others, you know what I mean? And then also donate my time to kids. Organization that Wyman, I donate my time. Well, I give my time, talent, and treasures to them. I did an etiquette class, and it'll be done December 15th, and we have this big party, you know. So just with the kids and them dressing up and feeling good and looking good and all that good stuff. So it's like, so that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. That's what it's all about. Miss Connie said, I lost my mom in June, and getting through the holidays this time is difficult. My family want me to host this year's Christmas dinner, and I'm on the fence with that. I still find myself grieving her, but keeping busy really helps. Should I host? Also, this is what my mom did often, host every holiday.
Well, I could give you some options, right? So option number one is host, right? But ask for help. So, hey, everybody, I can't do everything. So you bring this, you bring that, you help out with decorations, you help with this. Again, delegating some of that so that you don't have to do it all. Or not host and be honest with your family. Hey, I'm having a hard time this year. So this year I cannot host, but I'll gladly help out whoever hosts.
Yeah.
this year. So, it's just up to you on how much you want to take on. But again, even if you do decide to host, set those boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Figure out what you can do and what you're okay with delegating. And
Yeah.
if your family doesn't want to help, then that means you don't need the host, because everybody needs to pitch in. This
Yeah.
year is a little harder for you, even if it wasn't harder for you this
Yeah.
year, right? You shouldn't have to do everything.
Yeah. 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 That's good. Yeah. Especially if you're having a difficult time. And it's,
Yeah.
yeah, especially if that's what she's been doing all this time. Setting boundaries. Yes. Yeah. Setting boundaries, Miss Connie. You got to. And you know what? Self-care and self-preservation is always key.
Yes.
If you don't take care of yourself,
Yes.
because
Yes. Yes.
people keep pulling off on you. You pull to your dry bones, and
Yeah.
you can't let them. And even with family, you gotta set those boundaries. With anybody, you gotta set those boundaries, because if you're not okay and then you can't be productive for yourself.
And
You know,
usually family is the hardest group of
yeah,
people to set boundaries with,
yeah,
but those are the main people we have to set boundaries with,
yeah,
because they're in our lives all the time.
yeah,
And again, they have this view of you already because of things you previously did,
yeah,
but that doesn't mean you have to carry that on forever,
yeah,
and you can't change things up. So if you decide you want to host, then that's great, but have people help you. I'll say
yeah,
that definitely.
yeah.
And take it
Absolutely.
easy. If you only can provide the home, that's great. That's good enough.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Be easy. Be gentle with yourself during this
Mm-hmm.
holiday season.
Yeah.
And I say that, self care and self awareness, self love, setting those boundaries, like those are like the key things that I have in my
Yeah.
little notebook. Like, I gotta wait. Let me check it off. Is this self care? Am I setting boundaries? Like, hold on, wait. Let me check with myself. I got check in with yourself and say,
Yeah.
hey,
Well, what I always, like I said initially, we always drop taking care of ourselves during the holidays because we're taking care of so many other people and
yeah,
we're trying to do things for others.
yeah,
But if you don't take care of yourself, you ain't gonna be able to take care of others. So,
yeah.
you can't pour from an empty vessel. I always tell
Mm,
my clients that. And so, pour into yourself, make sure
yeah,
and schedule some things for you, just for you during the holidays. And they don't
yeah,
have to be, again, people think self-care is something expensive, massages, trips, and all that. And great. If you can do that, great.
yeah,
But I'm talking about daily self-care things, like
yeah,
making sure and spending some prayer time or meditation, things like
yeah,
that. Working out,
yeah,
drinking enough water,
yeah,
eating right. Because again, we drop all those things during the holidays.
yeah.
We're like, I'm on vacation, or this is the holiday, so I'm gonna do
Yes.
it all, and it's not realistic. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
sustainable. Let me put it like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that. So take
Okay.
care of yourself during that time, so then you can be able to pour into others, because that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
It's not
That's
selfish.
no, it's not. It's not like, and at one point I thought it was something. Man, I'm not even with my daughter. I'm like, wait a minute now.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Time out. It's a flag on the play. No, I gotta no. Let me go ahead and take care of Shakia real quick,
Yeah,
because yeah, if I'm not right, then like I said before, like I'll be all discombobulated. I don't want to feel like that. So yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And if anybody's that's grieving, I encourage you to reach out to a therapist. I can get you a therapist if you're in Chicago, wherever you may be.
yes,
I got people. I'm gonna have my people call your people, so I can be able to get you connected to somebody,
yeah,
because it's nothing wrong. I'm gonna say it again. It's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. We can have Jesus, we can throw, as far as like, being spiritual, that's good, but we need to not hashtag, but you need to, get these things off of us, and be able to find ways that we can cope and find things within us that that may be triggering, and we don't even know about it. Subconsciously suppressing some stuff and we don't know about it. So I want to encourage therapy. It's so important.
And you don't have to wait till something's wrong to go to therapy. Okay?
Right. Exactly. You don't have to listen. You don't have to wait. Just get that. So you can get somebody to be checking in on you. Be like, kid, what you doing? You know, and I just feel like, therapy has, it done some wonders
in my life too. So
listen,
I'm a therapist, okay? I'm a therapist and I do a
life coach too as well. Someone that can help you keep the balance.
Your life coach also.
Yes. Life coach as well, yes.
And if you're concerned about the religious aspects of it, there are therapists that are versed in therapy and also different religions. So there's Christian counselors, there's Muslim counselors, there's a little bit of everything. So if you want to find that particular niche, then also you could find that. There's therapists for everything and for everybody. Okay. Absolutely. There's a little bit of everything out there. So if you're looking for a particular type of therapist, you will be able to find it.
Absolutely.
If you need help finding me, hit me up. I'll help you find it wherever
How can we find you? Where are you? Like, what's going on? Like,
so my website is www.shininglightsllc.com, and my social media handles are Shining Lights, is plural, okay? Shining Lights LLC.
Yes.
On Instagram and on Facebook, okay? But I don't mind if you're in a different state, because I'm in Texas, but if you're in a different state and you need help looking for a therapist, I'll be able to at least point you to the right direction so you can help you find a therapist, because I'm so passionate about people getting therapy that I don't mind helping them find somebody, even if it's not me, because I might not be a good match for somebody. And that's fine. Some people want a male counselor, some people want a certain age or whatever the niche is that they're looking for, and that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna put your info in the comments. I don't know. I'm trying to find it on my thing.
But also, people, if you're having a hard time during the holidays, they also have the national hotline, which you don't have to be suicidal to call this hotline. They just have counselors on the other line, and they are open 24/7, 7 days a week, even on holidays. And it's 1-800-273-TALK. And then they also have the text line, which is 741-741, which is really easy. And again, you could just text at any time or call the number at any time, and there'll be a counselor on the other end. So let's say during this Christmas and you're having a really, really hard time dealing with whatever grief or depression, or you're just feeling lonely and overwhelmed, you could call and talk to somebody on the other line, and they will help you out through it. There's no judgment. They're not going to ask you to pay anything or your information. That's what they're there for, okay? And please use that if you need it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I hear you, Miss Bell. This is definitely a rough season for me. Yeah, definitely. We all in this together.
Yeah.
You're not by yourself. So don't ever feel like you by yourself. Yeah, we in it together. You know why I'm at. Hit my line.
I would suggest that she talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Definitely. And not feel bad about it. A lot of people are going through a hard time during the holidays.
Yeah.
I think it exacerbates everybody's feelings.
Yeah.
That the stuff that you've been feeling is just like making it worse because it's all that pressure. So don't feel bad getting that help.
Nope, not at all. I'll put your information in the
the
chat. Yeah. Shining Lights. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll definitely help whoever, if you're in Chicago or in wherever, there's therapists out there for you.
Yeah. Definitely.
And there's a lot of programs out there that will help you also financially, because a lot of people think, oh, therapy is expensive. It don't have to be.
It don't have to be.
Well, if you have insurance, there's a lot of therapists that take insurance. And then there's therapists also that have what is called a sliding scale.
Yeah.
That will reduce their rates if they are self-pay. So I'm self-pay therapist. I don't take insurance, but I do have a sliding scale. And I have organizations I work with that will help with the paying of the therapy session. So, and there's people work with organizations like that all the time. And there's centers also that give a certain amount of free sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also suggest people to look in their job if they have a EAP services, because they give free up to 6 sessions a topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take advantage.
Yeah. Definitely. I got you. Okay, we'll be seeking another therapist. Okay. Okay. You need help with your granddaughter. Okay, I got you. We got you. I definitely gonna list it on Social Work Sunday Tea. Some of the therapists I know here in Chicago, they can do the Zoom, the video thing. Definitely, I can definitely get you to someone ASAP. Yeah, it's definitely
and that's a good thing about it. Now people are doing a lot of online therapy, so you don't have to even go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere.
Yeah. Just stay at home in your pajamas.
Yep, definitely.
And do your therapy session.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So it's that's the beauty of it, technology. So yeah, definitely. I would definitely get that information. It'll be on Social Work Sunday Tea. I'll definitely have your information on there. Thank you so much for coming on Social Work Sunday Tea. We family. I'm like, look, I gotta get my cousin on here now. Gotta get her back on here. But no, I really, really appreciate you coming on the platform and giving your wisdom, your knowledge, encouraging the people, helping the people during this holiday season is definitely appreciated. And all that good stuff. Peace and blessings, all that, whatever God has for you. Yeah, that and some. Yeah, I really, really appreciate it. And helping the people out.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We got to come up. We got to get another topic. Get the game together. So we can get it. So no problem. We thank you, and I'll see you guys next week on Social Work Sunday Tea. We will be talking about women's empowerment. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, so gotta empower the women. I got something for the men. Don't worry. So
I can already hear the men like, what about us?
Right. What about it? Listen, but I got y'all. So I'm bringing the game back again, and with Damon and Miss Chapman, we gonna come up with a whole vibe. So but no, I thank you, and I'll see you guys next week. And thank you so much. I'll see you next. Well, I'll see you on. I'll be in touch. I'll be kind.
Yes.
All right. All right. You guys have a good one.